A year ago, my life was a mess. Health issues, lost friendships, constant anxiety. I hit absolute rock bottom. But over 100 days, I completely turned it around. Here's exactly what I did, step by step, to UNFCK my life. And no, it wasn't some magical overnight fix. It was messy, hard, and full of setbacks. But now, I wake up feeling normal again. If you're stuck in that same dark place, keep watching because this actually works. The mess that mirrored my mind, the first thing I noticed when I started trying to fix my life was my room. It looked exactly like my brain felt: piles of clothes everywhere, dishes stacked on the desk, random papers scattered across the floor. I couldn't find anything when I needed it, just like I couldn't find any clarity in my thoughts. The mess wasn't just dirt, it was physical proof of how out of control I'd become. Every time I tried to clean, I'd stand in the doorway and feel paralyzed. Where do you even start when everything's a disaster? I'd pick up one shirt, then see the overflowing trash can, then notice the dust on the shelves, and suddenly it felt like trying to climb a mountain with no gear. So I'd sit down and scroll on my phone instead. Sound familiar? Here's what finally worked. I stopped trying to fix it all at once. One day I just cleaned the left side of my desk. The next day, I organized one drawer. It wasn't about having a spotless room, it was about proving to myself I could change something. Neuroscience backs this up. Cluttered spaces spike cortisol levels by up to 15, which explains why I always felt more anxious in my messy room. The physical chaos was making the mental chaos worse. As the space cleared, something unexpected happened. My thoughts started feeling less tangled too. When my desk was clean, I could actually sit there and think. When my floor was clear, I didn't wake up to immediate stress. It wasn't magic, my problems didn't disappear, but for the first time in months, I could see them clearly enough to start dealing with them. Cleaning my room didn't solve everything, but it gave me the first win I needed. And once I had that small victory, I noticed something else. My phone screen time was averaging 7 hours a day. Turns out when you stop drowning in clutter, you start seeing the other leaks in your life. Breaking up with my phone, I was spending half my life staring at a screen, and it was killing me slowly. My phone had become both my escape and my prison. I'd wake up scrolling, eat meals scrolling, even find myself scrolling in the bathroom at 3 a.m. It wasn't just wasting time, it was preventing me from ever being alone with my thoughts. Every spare moment got filled with podcasts, social media, or rewatching the same shows. When I checked my screen time, it showed 13 hours daily. That's when I realized I wasn't thinking anymore, just consuming. Same websites, same apps, same cycle of clicking and scrolling without any real purpose. I tried quitting cold turkey, but that just made me restless and irritable. The pull was too strong, I needed a smarter solution. Here's what worked. I got a second phone. Not a fancy new one, just an old phone I had lying around. I called it my Kale phone, only essentials like calls, texts, maps, and a few work apps. My regular phone became the crack phone with all the addictive stuff, social media, games, endless scrolling. The rule was simple: keep the crack phone in another room unless it was designated break time. The average person checks their phone 58 times a day. By physically separating my apps, I cut that number in half within a week. Suddenly I had pockets of silence where my brain could actually wander. I'd stare out the window and realize I was thinking about something important, something I'd been avoiding. The constant noise had been drowning out everything else. I didn't delete social media entirely. That wasn't the point. The goal was to stop letting my phone control when I engaged with it. Some days I'd still spend hours on the crack phone, but now it was a conscious choice, not a reflex. The two-phone system created friction, and that friction gave me back something priceless: the ability to notice when I was mindlessly escaping versus intentionally relaxing. With fewer digital distractions, I started noticing other areas where I was running from my problems. Turns out when you're not constantly numbing yourself, you can't ignore the things that actually need fixing. Conclusion: here's what I learned. Change doesn't happen in big dramatic moments. It's the small choices you make every day that add up. I used to think I needed some massive overhaul, but cleaning one corner of my room or putting my phone away for an hour made more difference than any grand plan. Start with one thing today, just one. Clear off your nightstand. Leave your phone in the kitchen for dinner. Don't try to fix everything at once, that's how you get overwhelmed and quit. A year ago, I didn't think I'd ever feel okay again. Now I do. If my mess could turn into progress, yours can too.